it's so important to know when to speak and when not to speak. And that's the next point that I'm getting right into. I want to tie you right into it, man. It's time. It's the time to shut up and it's the time to speak. You know, and you was talking about, touching on biblical and everything. And just to look at reality when people believe how they want to believe, just look at the reality. Yeah. If you look at crime, there are times when people get away with it for so long. And it come to light. So a lot of things that you were saying, whether people have their own type of religion that they believe in or whatever, you cannot get past the facts of life.
Yeah.
You're going to get caught eventually. You go and rob banks, what's done in the dark would come to the light. Yeah. So a lot of times, people on the social media, on the internet, when it come down to whether it's politics or religion talk, people get very, very, they cringe when they talk about that.
Yeah.
But that's when you hit them with the facts of life of like, okay, hey, whatever, no matter what you believe in, the facts of life is it will come to the light.
Yeah.
Anybody who believe in whatever they believe in could see that just as plain as day. I want to tie you right into that, man. It's a time to shut up and it's a time to speak. How do you feel about that? And how important is that to you?
To me, like, I think sometimes timing is everything. You don't want to bring something up. Say something happened to you 2 weeks ago, right? Why not approach it 2 weeks ago? Don't wait a whole year or whatever times. Somebody might not even remember what you're talking about. Don't wait till a whole week or 2 weeks, a month, or however long. Approach it then. But the timing is everything. Address it when it happens. That's the good point to do. Don't let time go by and then want to bring up something that happened months later. I believe in, on certain things. Sometimes you go through, certain things that take place, you have to heal. Maybe, when it's talking about innocence of kids, they might not know how to handle it till they talk to somebody and then speak on up about stuff. But certain things as an adult, man, you need to address it right then because, like I say, I'm thinking we cool. Now here it is 2 months later, you bringing up something that I maybe done to you prior. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why are you bringing up that now? We done moved past it. You know what I'm saying? Even though you had a right to. But I'm like, I might not take it as serious because you waited this long. And one thing about it, I probably would feel like we're getting into it about something else. Now you're bringing something I did prior to whatever we getting into it with right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of that too, by the way.
Yeah. I want to tie in real quick. The thing that bothers me, and it's a challenge also amongst many people that can relate to this is, trying to find the right time when to speak on the issue that you have, and I can't be the one to just say, okay, this is the time and this is the time, because everybody have their different times where they may feel comfortable of doing so. But my only opinion or my only advice is to don't let so much time go by until it get to a point where it's worse, or it just kind of, it's harder to solve the case or to solve different things or to fix it when it's way down the line and so much damage has been done over and over and over, whether it was you or whether it was somebody else.
Because the longer you wait, the more it seems to be okay for the other person. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now you're bringing it up. It's like, man, you bringing that up now? And I'm going to ask you this real quick, and I'm going to simplify it. Just say you was in a relationship. You and your spouse or whatever got in an argument 2 weeks ago. Okay, 2 weeks has passed. Now, you're getting ready to go to work. And a person that this done happened 2 weeks just bring up something, and y'all been around each other all day that you had all the opportunities to bring it up. But as soon as you finna walk out to go to work, they want to bring this up. That's bad timing to me. You know what I'm saying? How would you handle that? Because again, you say when to bring up something, when not to. I believe like, hey, if we sit around, let's address some things. Don't wait till I have to go do something, take care of business, be around other people, because it's an emotional response you're gonna get. Now you probably we was just good. Now you done messed up kind of my whole day. Now I got to either go to work with some kind of attitude. Not that I'm gonna give it to anybody that's around me, but I have to go around people that they could see like what's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? So I believe, how do you handle that, like time? Just speaking on that stuff.
Well, how I would handle it is communication, and what I mean by that is, it goes back to somebody got to be the bigger person to be like, okay, hey, I need to talk to you. When is a good time that we can talk? Is to establish a good time that we can talk, and then have an agreement on when that would be good for us to talk. And I think a lot of times that be the challenge, and that be the upsetting factor, because especially for the person that may feel like I wasn't the one that wronged you, or I didn't do anything to you, they're gonna feel like, you gotta have an agreement. You gotta have some kind of agreement of like, okay, this is, hey, I'm after work, or tomorrow, I gotta do this, but we can do this time.
Can we sit down and talk?
Yeah, it's about communicate. Because if you don't never communicate, it's gonna keep being swept under the rug, and you're not gonna know when to talk about it. Y'all haven't even discussed anything to know when a good time to sit down and talk. So I would communicate with that person and do it, and that's not easy. Let's throw that in there real quick. That's not easy because, again, when you, for an example, just going through all your life where you had to be the bigger person, that's a struggle that you have to pray about, or whatever you have to do to gain that strength. Because sometimes you don't have the strength that you thought you had. Yeah. Let's just let that sit for a minute. Sometimes you go through life where you be like, man, I'm just mad. I don't want to deal with it. And that's the thing that makes it so much the biggest swept under the rug type of situation and everything. So, yeah, I just believe in communication, because either I was watching Get Rich or Die Trying, and the dude told 50 Cent, he said, either do something or stop talking about it. Yeah. So it's like, if you're not gonna and the reason why I bring that up, because if you're not gonna sit down and address it, then why keep on coming around that person, and just like they can't even figure out why you having some kind of energy where you just acting funny or whatever. So if you're gonna be around that person and you're gonna complain about that person but still come in their face, you need to address it to that person, tell them how you feel, get it off your chest, so you'll feel better. At least you'll feel better, because they may not change their ways, but guess what?
You got it off
they heard you. They heard you.
Too, I don't know how much time we got, but one thing too, I would say this, bro. You keep sweeping things under the rug, eventually you got to clean up that dirt that's going under there.
Let that breathe.